Even though July is notoriously slow for game releases and for news, it is certainly becoming one of the biggest months for Xbox in quite some time. With the ABK deal almost approved and the reshuffle of Xbox Live Gold, there are certainly a lot of changes and improvements within the Xbox ecosystem. Alongside all of this, we have some awesome news from Xbox which they have announced today, and that's that even more games are arriving into Game Pass for the remainder of July, and there are some cracking titles from indie gems to explosive first-person shooters. My name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation, and let's dive into the 10 brand new games arriving onto Game Pass very shortly. First up, we have had the official release on Xbox of the once PlayStation and PC only game called Tohmu. This indie gem garnered a lot of great reviews upon release, and is certainly a game I recommend you play for its relaxing nature alone. You will set off in a delightful expedition and use your photographic eye to uncover the mysteries of the magical Tohmu in this hand-drawn adventure game. You can chat with quirky characters, solve their problems by snapping neat photos, and make your way through a relaxing landscape. As mentioned, it arrives today on Game Pass for console, cloud, and PC. Another game joining the launch of Tohmu today is the brand new factory builder known as Tectonica. I have mentioned this game before in my previous Game Pass videos, but if you're unaware of what this title is, then let me explain it to you. This is a first-person factory automation game set underground on a mysterious alien planet. You can work alone or in co-op to build factories, gather resources, establish a base of operations, and uncover some really strange secrets. This is a big shake-up to the traditional factory builders that we have not yet seen before, and the addition of exploration and scope of what you can build just still amazes me. Now, we have another title that is also dropping onto the service today, making this 3 titles you can try right now. The Cave is an adventure game from Double Fine Productions, the award-winning studio behind Psychonauts and Brutal Legend. You will assemble your team of 3 from 7 unlikely adventurers, each with their own unique personalities, and then descend into the mysterious depths. This game is a 2D side-scroller puzzle platformer game, but nestles itself well in with great comedy and outrageous quips. From experience, this game can get slightly repetitive, but if you love a great storyline with twists and turns and laugh-out-loud moments, then I certainly recommend it. One game that I've had a run-in with already when it launched back on PlayStation a couple of years ago is the excellently made puzzle game known as Maquette. We finally have a release date for the Xbox version, and it goes day 1 onto Game Pass tomorrow. This is a first-person recursive puzzle game that takes you in a world where buildings, plants, and objects are simultaneously tiny and staggeringly huge. I played this game on PS5 on release, and it's just so hard to put into words on how this game plays. There are so many unique moments and mind-boggling puzzles, and it comes together in just such a great package. I can heavily recommend that many of you put this on your radar when it arrives onto Game Pass. Joining Maquette on the same day, we have another brand new game coming to Game Pass on day 1, and that is The Wandering Village. I again have mentioned this title before in a previous video, but the more I look into this game, the more I'm excited with what it's going to offer. This is a world that has been ravaged by toxic gas and spores, and ultimately you have to build up civilization again on the back of a mysterious wandering giant known as Onbu. This game looks incredibly unique, and with it promising gameplay elements not yet seen before in a city civilization builder, it is certainly near the top of my own personal list this July. Now, one game I am extremely excited to try this month is the sequel to the fantastic first entry made a few years back, and that is Figment 2 Creed Valley. Figment 2 Creed Valley is an action-adventure game set in the human mind and gives players not only a unique-looking world, but some of the best original music I've heard from an indie team. You will face bosses in musical showdowns, make your way through puzzles, and explore unique environments. The first game was such an awesome experience, but I will say that some of the puzzles do get very complex. This is certainly a game for the puzzle lovers amongst us, and it arrives onto Game Pass for cloud, console, and PC on July 20th. Before we dive into the remainder of the games for July, I have partnered with Xbox to bring you my website where you can purchase gift cards, Game Pass memberships, and even some amazing Xbox games. Check out the link below if you're interested, and for the remainder of July, Xbox have agreed for me to let you keep using code XboxNation5 in all capitals to get 5% off any purchase. Next up on July 25th, we have for all of you first-person shooter fans, one of the best awesome additions to Game Pass this month, and that is Serious Sam's Siberian Siberian Mayhem. If you're like me and love running and gunning against massive waves of demons, then this is the game you'll want to dive into right away. This is a brand new standalone expansion to the world of the classic FPS series and really amps everything up to 11. You will join the fight against Notorious Mental on a journey through the wildlands of Russia and find your way through the lost chapter of Sam Stone's adventures. This is such a massive improvement over Serious Sam 4, which was in Game Pass previously, and really emphasizes the crazy and over-the-top nature of this franchise. Our next game is another that I have previously mentioned and will keep on praising and shouting about, as it's a gorgeous narrative cooking game known as Venba. This is a game where you play as an Indian mom who immigrates to Canada with her family and follows their journey through the years with interesting narrative choices and great cooking lessons. There are a lot of various dishes that you will cook, and you will restore lost recipes and explore this story about family, love and loss. Again, the more I research and find out about this indie title, the more I get excited for its release date. We don't have too much longer to wait though, as it arrives onto Game Pass on July 31st. One game that was already on Xbox Game Pass is Naraka Bladepoint, but with its release on PlayStation the other day, Xbox Game Pass gamers got a big new upgrade to the Deluxe Edition completely free. This is a PvP hack and slash battle royale experience, which is very different to other games in the typical battle royale genre. With a focus on melee combat, this game is very fast paced, and if you want to put in a lot of time to learn certain characters, then the payout is just fantastic. It's well worth playing if you want to change, and the addition of free content for Xbox Game Pass holders is absolutely staggering. Alongside these 10 awesome games arriving into Game Pass, we unfortunately do have 5 games that are leaving the service on the 31st of July. Don't let the following games leave without trying or showing them some love, and remember to use your 20% Game Pass discount to purchase them and keep them in your library forever. These are Dreamscaper, which is an endlessly replayable action roguelike with a waking/dreaming gameplay cycle. Expeditions Rome, which is a turn-based RPG that lets you conquer foreign lands and navigate political intrigue in Greece. Marvel's Avengers, which of course needs no introduction, but this game takes you on a story as some of your favourite childhood heroes in a live service environment. The Ascent, which is a solo and co-op action-adventure RPG set in a cyberpunk world that launched alongside the Series X almost 3 years ago. And 2 Point Campus, which is a sim management game that lets you take control of an academic institution in some pretty in-depth and wacky ways. Let me know how you would rate this Game Pass offering in the comments below. Is it absolutely excellent, or is it more on the pitiful side? Whilst down there, like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe for more Xbox content every single day. Whilst here, check out the video on screen of the 30 best day one games coming to Xbox Game Pass in 2023.